Hi folks, Rick Aguirre again here with John Tenney, PEO Pros and PAY-surance HR. John, welcome.
Thank you.
John, I have a question for you. Why would a small business, why would someone go with a PEO broker instead of going directly to the PEO?
I'm glad you asked me that. I'll give you, this is a multi-part answer. Reason number one, we work with over 250 PEOs nationwide. Okay. Rather than having to go out and make those 250 calls, why not come to us, let us look and see what your business needs, and we will match you with the one that gives you what you need and no more. Why pay for services you aren't going to use? You might think of us as the matchmakers of PEO, the yentas, if you would.
Well, wonderful. That's great. That's kind of cuts down the hassle factor for small business America, does it not? Well, that's great, John. Is there any other reasons why?
Reason number two. Would you go to an insurance company directly without an agent? Some people do, but then they find out later when there's a problem, there's no one to represent them. We're there during the whole process, during the startup, during the day-to-day operations, and during the exit, if there is. Let's talk about the startup. I always tell my clients when they first get started, look, we're about to go through a process here. There's going to be some initial paperwork. There's going to be a lot of emails and stuff going back and forth. It always happens. Something that we didn't foresee comes up and makes a hurdle.
A bump in the road.
A bump in the road. But we will get over it. And I let them know we're going to cross that bump, whatever it is, get over that bump in the road, and we'll do it together. And that way they're not surprised when it happens. But what amazes me is there's always something new. It's never something we plan for. We just put a client up in New York, a big contracting firm. They do repairs and restoration for storm damage. They're around New York City, of course. They had a big storm there last year, and they're still doing repairs and restoration for that. Well, all the villages and towns want certificates of insurance. And, of course, they want them done in a funny way that we weren't used to seeing before. They want things written on there that you wouldn't see written on a normal insurance policy. And a lot of times they want the wrong things written. They just heard some lawyer tell them, hey, we need to be named insured. By the way, you don't get named insured on a workers' comp policy. That's for general liability, not workers' comp. Okay? So we have to go in there and educate them, and we represent our clients when we do that. We let them know, no, this is the certificate you need. That's what we did with this one. And it's always something like that. One time we found out one of the employees of the client had outstanding child support payments. Of course, as soon as the PEO put the client's social security number, they said, this guy owes so much money in child support. Well, we crossed that hurdle. Things like that. That's why you need to have a broker, or it helps to have a broker who will help you through the situation. Somebody who's on your side, especially if hopefully it never becomes adversarial between you and the PEO. But if it ever does, you'd like to have someone in your corner.
I see. Well, that's great information, John. Thank you so much. Again, my guest, John Tenney, PEO Pros and PAY-surance HR here in Orlando. John, how can folks get a hold of you?
Well, one thing's for sure, we can't help you unless you call. If we don't talk to you, we don't know how we can help you. So out of Orlando, 800-788-8343, or here, 407-490-2468. And of course, Rick's going to put our website on right here in the video. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you again, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.